Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Empath Narcissist Relationship Healing Tarot reading. I know that nobody likes intros, but I do need to give you guys a bit of explanation about this reading and how it works. And those of you who like to cross-watch for your rising or moon sign, I will put a timestamp in the description box below so that you can skip this intro as you cross-watch. However, I just want to say that this reading is coming from the point of view and perspective of the empath. So if you are trying to go to the sign of your narcissist, this reading isn't going to work like that for cross-watching. This is coming 100% from the perspective of the empath, and every single sign has experienced an empath narcissistic relationship. There's empaths in every sign and there's narcissists in every sign, okay? So for cross-watching, I only recommend your moon or your rising sign to gain further information, as this is coming from the empath's point of view. So in saying that, empath narcissist, there are some empath intuitives out there that do have a way of just attracting to narcissistic type of personalities. So this reading can definitely cover that. But when I say empath, I'm really coming from the perspective of the individual in the relationship that is very emotionally open, connected, empathetic, sensitive, compassionate to the narcissist, and the narcissist is cold, distant, lies, confuses, makes you question your own reality, makes you question if you're crazy, etc. Okay, so the empath is the person who is emotionally open and balanced. Now, because there are actually clinical signs of what a narcissist is, I have listed several links in the description box below about narcissism, how to spot it, the different types, and then just a really good discussion about it, from a therapist's point of view, as she is very, well versed in speaking on that subject, coming from it, a mental or emotional place of being. Okay, so I highly recommend that you copy and paste the links that I've left for those videos and, save them somewhere on your computer or your phone so that you can watch them. I've also listed a few meditations and subliminals to help those of you who are in the process of healing and moving on from a narcissistic relationship, okay? And lastly, I just want to say that this reading could be for any type of narcissistic relationship, whether it be friends, a family member, or a romantic partner. Oftentimes, as children, if we are abused, neglected, that opens us to those narcissistic type of personalities, because oftentimes children who are abused and neglected have this need for approval and love later in life, and many of us just go through life and we don't heal our wounds. We don't know how. Nobody teaches us that. We just do the best we can. So this reading can really help you with any sort of narcissistic relationship you've experienced in your life, as this reading is coming from a spiritual perspective and looking at how this relationship applies to your life journey for this particular lifetime, okay? As far as actual clinical from a therapist, looking at and understanding narcissism from that direction, please watch the links that I have listed below for you guys. They're excellent. She is amazing. And from the links I've left, there's even more information to help those of you who are really in the struggle, trying to move past the trauma and the abuse of narcissism that you've experienced in your life, whether just in childhood or childhood all through adulthood. It's different for everybody. So with that said, I will start the readings. And again, I just want to emphasize only cross-watch for your rising or your moon sign, as this reading is coming from the empath's perspective, not the perspective of the narcissist, okay? Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your empath narcissist relationship healing tarot reading. As mentioned in the intro, we're going to look at all of this from a very spiritual perspective and see what this relationship, or if you've experienced multiple narcissistic relationships, what they were trying to teach you or how they're developing you at a soul level, okay? All right, so here's the energy that you've been working with. Wow, Neptune, sacrifice. So Scorpio, a couple different things with this. First of all, because that's the Neptune card and the sacrifice card to boot, many of you in your narcissistic situations have been very gaslighted, where they've constantly made you question your own intuition, your own mind, your own sanity, your own perception of things, okay? They constantly make you feel like you're wrong and you're crazy, even if you're like, no, I heard you talking to somebody on the phone and that wasn't no friendly conversation. They're like, whatever, you're just jealous. You're always looking for something. If you're looking, you're going to find it, you know, and they twist it back around on you and make you feel like you are wrong, you are jealous, you are crazy, you are insecure, you are emotional, you're always causing trouble, you always got to find something, you're always suspicious, right? That's what this is about, okay? But secondly, with this card, some of you, it could be where it's very obvious, you know, that this person's gaslighting you, or it's very obvious that they're not good to you and respectful to you, but you're kind of stuck in this hope syndrome that one day they'll see the light, one day they'll be better, one day. And the thing is, Scorpio, with a narcissist, it's not likely that one day is ever going to come. And I highly recommend you view those links that I left, because the psychologist really discusses on that and talks about why that's such an impossibility for a narcissist, okay, to actually change and grow empathy. They can learn a little bit, but to actually embody it entirely and become this, you know, all sensitive empath that cares about everybody else more than themselves, dream on. That's almost like telling somebody who is very selfless, does do and give to all, to just stop doing that and become a narcissist. Like, that's pretty much what you're asking a narcissist to do, is what you would ask a very giving, loving, open person to turn into a selfish jerk and just be that all the time, no matter what. Like, that's an impossibility. They're two totally different energies. Okay, Scorpio. So some of you, this is about how you've been really, really gaslighted and manipulated. Others of you, this is, we've got to get out of that hope syndrome. So let's pull some more cards to gain more insight and information. All right, so we have Earth. Yep. So with Neptune and then Earth, this is all about, you know, that being gaslighted and also being kind of two rose-colored glasses, being stuck in that hope syndrome. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have the Eagle next. And I love it because Eagle is card 16, Earth is card 17. Scorpio, the thing is with this here, these two energies, your eagle eye knows and sees the truth. Your gut, your intuition is never ever steering you wrong. So when you know something and you know it like you know it like you know it, don't let this person convince you otherwise, just because you really care about them, or you're very much emotionally connected, or you don't want to rock the boat or whatever. The thing is you are not wrong. Like, when you're sensing something, you're sensing it for a reason. When you feel like they're not being sensitive to your feelings, they're not. When you feel like they're twisting up your mind and your words and manipulating you, they are. You are not wrong whatsoever. For many of you, this relationship, or if you've had multiple narcissistic relationships, I feel is to really push you to your intuition over all things. Like, really get in tune with your internal compass and let that guide you always, 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 no matter what's being said, no matter what it looks like, no matter what you want and what you desire, knowing, like, you know, that your intuition will never lead you wrong whatsoever, Scorpio. So let's add more cards to this. Okay, yeah, what did I just say? Confidence, right here with the Earth. Yeah, Scorpio, man, they really twisted you up. And look at this, lust, what I'm saying. You've got to trust your eagle eye, your intuition over your desires when it's telling you what you don't want to hear, because this is card 42, that's card 24. So they're mirroring each other, okay? And this is card 16 and 17, a progression of energy. So we have cards mirroring each other, a progression of energy. This is card 10, the completion of a cycle, right? Scorpio, yes, you need to believe in yourself much, much more. And if you feel like your lifestyle is going to change, or you can't physically or financially make it without this narcissistic relationship, you've got to get your mind right about that, because this is the universe saying you've got some magic power here. You can manifest some things for yourself, but it starts with you believing in you and you trusting your internal promptings and your internal voice, and going with that no matter how badly you want something or how badly you would love to listen to the sweet lies of another person, okay? It's like, no, no, no. This narcissistic type of relationship for you is to bring you much more in tune with your own spirit, your own soul, as well as your heart. Because look, I see a lot of green here, that's heart chakra, and then I see red here, which is all about stability. So some of you, I feel like you tolerate and endure this relationship because it has something to do with your stability or your financial stability, and you need to get real with yourself and get your mind right and remember your magic, okay? So let's pull some more cards, Scorpio. And like I said, some of you are kind of stuck in that hope syndrome. It's like you just can't accept this person for who they really are underneath. Like, you just have this hope that one day they'll change and one day they're going to come around. And again, I refer you to do some research on narcissism. It's not very likely for a narcissist to change and grow feelings, okay, and empathy for other beings. Yep, this is where you, and look at, here's that eagle, and oh my god, I'm slow to the punch, Scorpio, because the eagle is the representation of you. And look at that. Yeah, you've got to trust you, Scorpio. You're not wrong. More to the point, this is like, you don't need to always smooth it over to keep the peace. You don't always have to be the bigger person. In fact, you need to stop doing that. When somebody has wronged you and they're always in the wrong and you know it, Scorpio, this is saying, no, you trust your gut, you pull back, you be strong, and don't back down. Because look at this, we have the Knight of Cups here. So I feel like sometimes you feel empowered and you know your worth and you allow yourself to see things for the truth. And then other times you revert back, you know, to this rose-colored glasses. Look at this. We have the Fool and we have the Seven of Cups. So Scorpio, listen, those of you in that hope syndrome phase, really get out of that. Hope that they'll change, or hope that you guys should reconcile, because I don't see that here. What I see is once you get your mind right and you get real with you 100% and don't ignore your intuition, it's like, that's just, it's game over, all right? That you're out of the hope syndrome. There's no, you know, going back. Oh my God. And this card just fell as I was saying that. Yes, Scorpio, it's all about you and getting in tune with you. And in that place, nobody can pull the wool over your eyes. I don't care how emotionally attached you are to them, how fancy they talk, how manipulative they can be. Scorpio, it's like once you get your mind right and you are 100% in tune with yourself, nobody can fool you. Nobody can pull the wool over your eyes any longer, okay? Some of you know this person and what they are and what they're doing, but you're just so emotionally connected. You're like, what do I do here? And I say get your mind right and believe in the magic of yourself, because 2 eagles here, Scorpio, come on. I know that you guys know, like you know. So let's see, what is the spiritual lesson to be gained here? And once you move beyond this relationship and the healing process, you know, what is the soul evolution that you get to keep for all time? All right. Oh, it looks like we got 2 there. So let's see, Scorpio. We have initiation by air. Do you want to know what this means, Scorpio? This means get your mind right. And look, this is card 24. This is card 24. So we've got to get our mind right about what we want, who we want, and the people that we involve ourselves with, okay? Because next, look at this. Spiritual service, Scorpio. So some of you are being distracted from your spiritual service to humanity and other things that you're supposed to be doing because of these relationships, okay? You are distracted by them. They're pulling you from this, and it's time to get your mind right and trust your intuition. Like, I feel like some of you, you're just supposed to be like psychics or empaths or intuitives, you know, with all of this eagle energy, spiritual service, initiation by air. Also, those of you who have really, really experienced a lot of emotional heartache and pain, like you've been cracked open all the way down the center by this relationship, it is to open you up. You see the birds flying from his heart. It is to open you up and better connect you to your intuition, because now we've awakened and you have a spiritual mission and spiritual service to dispense to humanity. And that was the whole purpose of this relationship, or these multiple relationships that just kind of chafed you away, chafed you away, chafed you away inside until you finally cracked wide open. And when you're cracked wide open, Spirit can dive in very, very deep, Scorpio, and change you and transform you. So get your mind right about who you are, what you're capable of, and you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. And those narcissistic relationships, it's time to move on from them. There's better for you. Even if you're like, I'm not quite sure how to do that, just keep praying to the angels, keep listening to your intuition, pay attention to signs and synchronicities, especially when they have to do with the eagle, Scorpio, because that's very special, all right? Eagle touches the sky. So let's see who you transform into, Scorpio, once you are on the other side of all of this. We have the chess queen, trust and strategizing. Yes, Scorpio, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, you know, the chess queen is because she knows her intuition. More than that, everything she's gone through, she has observed, and she has learned through her observation how to destroy her opponent through like 2 moves, okay? So where you may have struggled in the past to even just get your footing and see what games is even being played, by the end, on the other side of all of this, you're running the game. You're running the show. Nobody can make a move that you don't already see their next 5 moves ahead, or what they're trying to do. They're trying to manipulate. Like, you're light years ahead of them, because you've gone through all of this and you've observed and you've gotten your mind right. You're trusting your intuition. That's the most important thing, Scorpio. So those are your messages. I am sending you all my love and light. Take care.